Let's get some more now on the latest from the White House. Our senior correspondent, Jeff Zeleny, White House correspondent Jeff Zeleny, is covering the president right now. Jeff, Syria is front and center in this whole infrastructure, this whole debate right now.
It is indeed, well, front and center, and it seems that this Trump administration is still crafting policy as it moves along here. Now, just a short time ago, an administration official tried to clarify or walk back some of the press secretary Sean Spicer's comments about those barrel bombs that Jim was just talking about there. They say, look, it does not represent a new red line. It does not represent a new sort of stipulation for a military action here. But this all comes as this Trump administration is trying to get back its footing here. Syria at the center of this, but foreign policy now is dominating the conversations here.
I can say this is a great honor. And I got it done in the first 100 days. That's even nice. You think that's easy?
In the Rose Garden today, President Trump hailing the confirmation of Justice Neil Gorsuch to the Supreme Court as the biggest accomplishment so far in his young presidency.
A new optimism is sweeping across our land, and a new faith in America is filling our hearts and lifting our sights.
The president making clear that his eye is on the clock, with the end of his first 100 days quickly approaching, with global threats and challenges mounting. White House Press Secretary Sean Spicer seemed to raise the stakes, saying the president could act again in Syria in response to conventional bombs, not only a chemical weapons attack like the one that killed dozens last week.
If you gas a baby, if you put a barrel bomb in to innocent people, I think you will see a response from this president.
Tonight, a new CBS News poll finds that 57% of Americans approve of the missile strikes last week in Syria. Yet Americans are leery of the president getting more involved, the poll found. 7 in 10 Americans believe the administration needs authorization from Congress. More than half of Republicans agree. Only 4 years ago, Mr. Trump, then a private citizen, also agreed, saying on Twitter, Obama needs congressional approval. But as president, Mr. Trump did not seek such approval before unleashing 59 Tomahawk cruise missiles on Syria military targets last week.
And why does he not need congressional approval in his view?
When it's in the national interest of the country, the president has the full authority to act. He did that.
The White House says the president's America First agenda still stands, and the action did not necessarily represent a new Trump doctrine. With foreign policy suddenly front and center at the White House, infighting that has plagued the administration appears to have cooled, for now at least. Tensions between Steve Bannon, the chief strategist, and Jared Kushner, the president's son-in-law and senior advisor, reached a boiling point last week. CNN has learned the president stepped in, telling them, "We gotta work this out."
The reason the president's brought this team together is offer a diverse set of opinions. Doesn't want a monolithical kind of thought process going through the White House. He wants a diverse set of opinions. He is the decider.
But it must have crossed a line if he said to work it out.
Well, I think sometimes, again, I'm not going to get into what happens internally, but I think sometimes might spill out into public more than other things.
So he's sticking with Steve Bannon.
He is very confident in the team that he has, that they have an unbelievable amount of knowledge, and he enjoys the counsel that they all bring to this table.
And things indeed did spill out into the open. There was a very public disagreement last week, and Syria is one of the items that they actually disagree on. I am told that Steve Bannon, the chief strategist, was against the military strikes in Syria, at least arguing perhaps a wait and see. Many on the right outside the administration have also been against this policy. Others have been advising him to go forward. Wolf, I think that explains some of the confusion here we're seeing this evening about what the president's red line is, what it isn't. It's one of the central reasons members of Congress are saying they want to hear a serious strategy from this administration. Wolf?
All right, Jeff, thank you. Jeff Zeleny over at the White House. So let's get some more on all of this. Joining us live, Democratic Senator